And the last time I was here, I may have mentioned that we had asked more than 57.
Correct.
Now it's more than 150.
More than 150 leading evolutionary scholars. What did you ask them?
I asked them if they had any evidence to support evolution. And I gave them a counterclaim. I said, you do not have, because evolution is a Gia-religion. It's based on superstition.
Yes.
There is absolutely no science behind it. Now, they had a claim that they had to answer. They had, as choices, contend against that claim, disavow evolution, or go on the list as a defaulter, because they did not defend themselves against the claim. They all defaulted.
They all defaulted.
So they're on the list.
Here we have Eugenie Scott, head of the National Science Educational Program, Richard Dawkins, the world's best-known atheist of this day, even Stephen Hawking. These are major names, and you contacted all of them. They gave no response to actually give evidence supporting evolution.
Not a single one.
And I believe you have gone beyond that.
We actually went to the organizations making public statements in support of evolution. Last time I was here, there were 19 of them. Now there are more than 40
that you have approached.
Of these organizations. They include the Nobel Prize Assembly.
I noticed that.
They include the American Civil Liberties Union, National Center for Science Education.
With Eugenie Scott?
Yes, and the Smithsonian, departments of evolutionary biology in various universities. If they have evolution in their name, they should have some evidence.
And
they
you
don't.
received no response to produce evidence.
And that involves 363,000 evolutionists by their organizations.
By their organizations. In these last moments, what do we have here in this Superior Court?
Well, the challenge that I gave them was the claim that they have no evidence, and that I did have evidence,
yes,
which would prove that evolution is not correct, it's not science. I put up here, let's do it in the Superior Court.
Certainly. With
a mini-trial kind of format, and you will win a $10,000 prize, and you may win it repeatedly, as many times as you want.
As long as you can bring actual evidence supporting macroevolution.
Yes, and insofar as I'm concerned, because I'll be the only person on the other side, do I have science? Yes, I do.
Certainly, you
have
scientific credentials.
Am I ready to contend? Yes, I am. Do I have my $10,000 entry fee ready? I certainly do. Will I go for it as many times as you go for it, the evolutionists? Certainly I will. And they still won't come forward. Now, what that tells us is that we have no option left except to expel evolution by legislative means. Now, these are the losing strategies. These are the winning strategies. Let's attack evolution itself, not put up something in contention with it. These are the outlaw public schools. They violate the Education Code, the First Amendment. They fire people and remove them when we convince them that evolution is incorrect. And so what we find is that we have to use legislative strategies.
And in these closing moments, it has become increasingly aware, we have become increasingly aware of the facts involved in the case. Here is a champion, a leader, who has contacted the world's leading evolutionary organizations, challenging them to present even a single iota of information, certified information, that would verify evolution in any of the supposed steps. Yet, none have been willing to even answer his challenge. Well, by default, they've admitted that they have no real evidence. That's the reason in the public forum, evolution holds an imperial position, not an empirical position. An empirical position means it is put to the stringent test experimentally, observationally, and it has been put to those tests and has never been demonstrated as being viable. So the alternative is it has been held in the educational community as the only ball game in town, when really it is a religious philosophy and a propagandistic mechanism to support the atheistic religion with evolution as its primary tenet. In the state of Texas, there is a regulation, there's a law enacted by, the regulation enacted by the Texas School Book Committee, which states that any time a scientific concept is taught, there must be any factual evidence supporting it and any factual evidence detracting from it. In other words, its strengths and its weaknesses. But by and large, the educators have ignored that to even critique the theory of evolution. So Dr. Mastropalo and I are calling for an adherence to the laws that are on the books. And if this is followed, evolution is expelled automatically as a viable statement of fact and is shown to be propagandistic and is shown to be a religious tenet. That brings us to the real religion that is pure and undefiled, supported by scientific evidence. The scientific evidence is that all living systems were created. Like the chrysalis and the butterfly and the egg and the entire metamorphic system, the information had to be there in place. Now, there's a great information in place that Jesus Christ, the Creator, came to earth, died for you, and now wants you to receive Him. Would you pray this simple prayer? Lord Jesus, right now, I open my heart to you. Come into my heart and live. Correct my thinking. Save me, and I will live for you with all my heart.
Creation in the 21st Century has been sponsored by Trinity Broadcasting Network. And only with your love gift of support can this program stay on the air. So write to Creation in the 21st Century, P.O. Box A, Santa Ana, California, 92711.
Creation in the 21st Century is a unique program on TBN combining biblical knowledge with scientific verification. Much of the information that I use on the program is available. Contact us. Just write Creation Evidence Museum, P.O. Box 309, Glen Rose, Texas 76043, or call us at 254-897-3200. We look forward to hearing from you today.